everyone, welcome to another episode of Hockey Island, and the Islanders won last night, and we beat the LA Kings 5-3, so that was cool. I was happy about the win. I mean, it was a must-win situation against the LA Kings. I know the LA Kings are the LA Kings, and they're second to the bottom of the standings, but we definitely had a little bit of a problem in that first period. It was pretty sloppy. I wasn't really content with that. We pulled it out, so that's all I care about, and we're moving forward, and now we have two tough games ahead of us. Before we move any further, I want to get into a discussion that was on Twitter and Instagram yesterday, just regarding Robin Lehner. Now, Robin Lehner got a tattoo on his neck of Long Island right here. Right here. It was great. I think it's a positive thing. I think it was him showing tribute to Long Island and just giving us a really nice thank you for being Long Island. You really got to give the guy credit because it was a big move on his part to do something like that. And it really shows that Long Island did make a huge impact for the guy. It was a big moment for him to be here. Now, on the flip side of that, I do want to discuss how a lot of fans are saying we missed Robin Lehner. Hopefully we bring Robin Lehner back. Listen, I get it. Robin Lehner was a great goaltender when he was here. I was a huge fan. I have his jersey still. It was a big time for him to step up and really make a big change in his life. So because you have two goalies on the Islanders, Thomas Greiss and Simon Varlamov, that aren't pulling their weight really. I mean, they're doing okay. They're not doing terrible, but they're struggling. They're absolutely struggling. For example, you take Thomas Greiss right now. His save percentage is .920, and he's 15-7. So not terrible, but not great either. And then Varlamov, on the other hand, he has a .915, and he's actually 16-8. So, you know, both goaltenders are kind of at the same level. It's really not easy to watch considering how poorly they play when we do lose. It's actually quite disturbing. And I'm not saying it's all their fault by any means, but there are a lot of saves that go by the wayside and should have been saved, and it's very frustrating to see. That said, let's put that out there. Everybody's saying we should bring Robin Lehner back. Okay, so let's start here. Robin Lehner is going to be expensive. Let's start right there. He's going to be expensive. That's the reason why he left in the first place. He went to Chicago to collect more money. Now he's probably going to want a serious extension and more money. Chicago loves Robin Lehner. That's number two. Chicago loves Robin Lehner. They don't want to get rid of him. They'll happily sign him to another 4-year extension or so. I think he's doing a great job for them, and I think Chicago doesn't want to lose him, so I can't see that going down. On top of that, the Islanders also have a prospect sitting in the KHL right now that should be coming over soon. Now, Ilya Sorokin is currently in the KHL, and he is killing it. He's doing a great job. He's probably the top goaltender in the KHL right now. I believe his save percentage is somewhere in the 9.34 area, almost 9.4, and a lot of NHL teams are gunning for him because he's an impressive prospect. So all that said, I don't see Robin Lehner coming back, as cool as that would be. I know he's got a Long Island tattoo on his neck now, and it just would be, you know, would be really cool to see him back in net. I just can't see it happening. I just can't. I mean, I think he's done his thing on Long Island. I think it was a major impact for him, and I think he's moved on in that sense, but you know, he clearly misses Long Island. Clearly sees it as a huge component to his life, and that's a great thing. So all kudos to Robin Lehner. Now, as far as Ilya Sorokin is concerned, I do see him moving over to the NHL soon when he's done with his season at the KHL. I mean, he's going to come over on an ELC because he's under 25, but that said, it doesn't matter. I think he'll be fine. I think what the Islanders need is someone like him to come in and again step it up. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the NHL in general, with younger guys coming in and showing the older guys how to do it. Now, it's not across the board, of course, but the NHL is primarily younger players at this point. The average age is probably around 25, 26 years old. And my point is that you look at the game last night against the Los Angeles Kings, and you look at a guy like Keifer Bellows, his second game, decides to score not one, but 2 goals. It's just phenomenal to have, you know, your first goal in the NHL and then follow it up with another one. I mean, it hasn't happened since the 80s on the Islanders, so that's impressive. Beyond that, you also have Noah Dobson sitting at 19 years old on the defense, trying to make up time and become a really big impact player for this team. And it's important that these younger guys step up quickly. And I'm not saying this is going to happen game in, game out from Keifer Bellows, but this is a great start. So that said, I think that's something to keep an eye on. The younger guys are definitely coming in and starting to play really well and just showing how it's done, and I think that's impressive. I think it's really good for the NHL, and I think it's important to note. So, on to other things. Last night's game, let's talk about it. Keifer Bellows was the star, that's for sure. It just goes to show that Keifer Bellows knows how to find space on the ice for a goal. He's very good at keeping the puck in his vision. And if you watch him skate around the offensive zone watch his eyes. He does not lose the puck and where he's at. It's very cool to watch. It's very cool to see, especially from a young guy that knows how to play and knows how to pick up time and space within the offensive zone. So important, so crucial for a younger guy to be able to have that so quickly in the NHL. Now, on the other hand, I want to talk about a guy, number 28, Michael Cole, who all of a sudden has come alive in the last few games. It's very weird, actually. So, one thing I have been stressing is Michael Cole has been a staple in the Islanders team. I know a lot of people are so up in arms about Michael Cole because he's so flaky. He's up and down. Some games he stinks. Some games he's on. Since October, when Matt Martin went down with a knee injury from running into a bench door that was open, Michael Cole took over for him and did a great job. It just goes to show that Michael Cole cannot be discounted immediately. I get he hasn't been performing the way we wanted him to, but he cannot be discounted because guess what? Every NHL team has a guy like Michael Cole. And in my opinion, Michael Cole is a key element to the Islanders team. Why do I say this? If you don't have guys like Michael Cole who are constantly hustling, who are constantly putting their time in, who are constantly helping to develop goals, then you are missing a key component of your NHL hockey team. I'm not asking for points. I'm not asking for goals. I'm not really even asking for assists in a lot of cases. I'm asking for a guy that contributes, whether it's on the point board or it's on the ice. It's a two-way street sometimes in NHL hockey, and you get those guys that are either the guys that are going to point the points up, or you get the guys that are going to be the hustlers. I'm really happy that Michael Cole is developing confidence and really developing his game. Yes, it might have something to do with the Keifer Bellows being up here for 2 games, and it just goes to show that Michael Cole is learning that he has to be better than he has been. He has all of a sudden elevated his game to be a better player now, and it's important because you know what? Let's be honest, Michael Cole was totally going to get cut if he kept the way he was playing up. I'm saying that Michael Cole simply was not cutting it in the fans' eyes at all in a lot of games. Not every game, but a lot of games he did not play very well. That said, he's performing really well. I hope he keeps it up, and I hope he collapses on the net like he has been. Have you guys noticed that? He's been collapsing on the net, and it's great, and he's gotten 1 goal, almost got another one last night the same way, and that's what he needs to do. I don't think I need to discuss the goaltending situation. It's struggling. It's never a really good night. I don't even know when the last time we got a shutout was. Thomas Greiss and Varlamov need to step it up, period. We don't have any choices right now. So you guys are it. You gotta step it up. That's it. Now, in regards to guys that need to put the puck in the net more, I think we're doing a better job in the power play. I think we're developing it more. We're keeping the puck in the offensive zone for a longer period of time, and we're taking a lot more shots that are real good shots. But for the most part, we're developing, we're getting better, and that's what I care about. Now, I've said this so many times in my videos, but the point is I have to keep it real and I have to keep it honest for everyone because otherwise, what's the point of me making these videos? It's bullcrap. 3 guys, in my opinion, need to put the puck in the net consistently, and that's Matt Barzal, Brock Nelson, and Jordan Eberle. Jordan Eberle is a big issue right now, and I would not be surprised, and I say this with some caution, but I wouldn't be surprised if we look into trading him because there is some serious doubts in my mind about Jordan Eberle's game since he got injured this year. I just haven't seen the performance that I was hoping for, and neither have the fans. I know you guys agree with me on this one. He just hasn't shown up, and it's not worthy of his contract as of right now. So that's really how I feel about it. Same with some of the other guys, but Jordan Eberle is definitely number 1 on the list. Now beyond that, guys, I got to talk about one other thing, and that's the importance of the next 2 games coming up because they are big. Ooh, Saturday night game, gonna be a good one. However, we're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. This team is good. Yeah, Tampa Bay is definitely waiting for the playoffs. They don't care about the regular season. They're just beating teams up at this point. You know, unsettled stomach about last year's playoffs, and they want to get through that first round, not like they did last year, which was an atrocity. But now they have an opportunity to redeem themselves. Can we beat the Tampa Bay Lightning? Yeah, we can beat anyone. That's the beauty of the Islanders. We really can beat anyone. But it's a matter of showing up and doing it. Look, the Islanders can beat anyone, but it's a totally different story when they don't show up to do it. If you don't show up for your job and you don't have everything prepared, you're gonna get slaughtered. It's the same thing on the NHL ice with the Islanders. I get totally pissed off when I see them show up to a game that they could have easily won and blow it, and that's the worst, when they blow it. Not that they were winning or losing, but that they blew it, that they had opportunities and didn't capitalize. That's so frustrating as an Islanders fan because it happens all the time. And then the second game I want to talk about is the Washington Capitals game. We're going to DC, and we're going to play the Washington Capitals, who are 2nd in the league right now. and they're number 1 in the Metro. And Ovechkin's a freak. Yeah, Ovechkin is a freak. He is absolutely on a tear right now. So I'm sure Barry Trotz is going to say this, but we have to show up for 60 minutes. They decide to show up for 40 minutes, 20 minutes in some cases, but now we have to start showing up for 60 minutes because guess what, everybody? There's only 30 games left in this season. 30! 30 games! We're getting towards the playoffs, people, and there are teams that are starting to separate themselves, and it's very frustrating that we are going like this. We have not solidified ourselves as a playoff team, and it's a little worrisome. On that note, guys, thanks again for watching. This has been another great episode of Hockey Island, and I hope you guys are enjoying the show, the few of you that are watching it. I mean, I try to be as honest as I can about most of the things with the Islanders, especially when they play poorly. I am right there with you. The biggest thing I can say is that I appreciate anyone who checks this out, so thank you. Please remember to hit the like button and smash that subscribe button, and always remember to comment in the section below. I always forget about that too. But more importantly, guys, always remember, this is our island.